Alright, what is going on, guys? I figured today we would talk about a fuel injector cleaner, and if it's something that you should even waste your money on putting in your car. Obviously there's a lot of different models, a lot of different companies that have their own fuel injector cleaner, but if it's something that it's even worth putting into your car, it's going to do damage, whatever. Now I know for me, I always use this brand right here, the Chevron fuel injector cleaner. I don't use this one. This is like an old one that was laying around. I used it. I actually used it on the Oldsmobile over there. But I use the one that's concentrated, and I don't follow the directions. It's like, oh, use half, whatever. What I do when I use that is I get my tank down really low. I get it down to about less than a quarter of a tank. I mean, I like to put it in when my gas light's on. I'll do it like quarter of a tank or a little low, or a little below that. I don't ever do it more. But I get it as low as possible, my gas. I pour the whole bottle in, and I like to open it up a little bit. I like to kind of drive it hard, kind of blow, try to blow whatever shit out it's got, you know what I mean? If it's got like some carbon deposits or anything in it, I don't do like wide open throttles. I don't like completely beat on it, but I like to, drive a little bit more spirited. Definitely, give it a few downshifts. Maybe like one or so open throttle, kind of just really open it up. That's usually what I do when I use that stuff. Now, I can't really tell you if it actually really improves the drivability of the car. I mean, I will say I don't think it's hurting anything. I'm sure someone's going to argue me and say, oh, it could damage your fuel pump or damage your fuel injectors. I mean, before I even had a Crown Vic, I used that stuff. I used to use it in the blue Oldsmobile that I used to have. It had like 170,000 miles, and I never had an issue. Now, I don't overuse it. I probably use this stuff maybe like three times a year, maybe. Something on the lines of that. So I definitely wouldn't overuse it, because, yeah, then you might cause some damage. But, I mean, there has been videos on people using that stuff and testing it, and it doesn't necessarily, I don't know if it shows in this bottle. I know the other bottle that I usually get shows it. This one doesn't show it, no. But it says that it cleans up, like, carbon deposits and, on the valves, and also frees up your, your injectors, obviously. I will say that it probably keeps the injectors clean. And it probably also helps, like, not necessarily get rid of carbon deposits, but I'd say it definitely keeps deposits from forming, in your engine, which is kind of why I use it. I use it more as preventative instead of necessarily using it for a fix. I've never, like, had a car run rough and I put it in and it was running better. I've never really had that situation yet, but so far, I mean, I really have no issues with it. I mean, so far it's some pretty good stuff. I use this one, like I said, I use the Chevron brand here. Now, the one that everyone likes to use, and I don't know, I don't have a hatred towards it, but there's something I just don't like about it, is Seafoam. I don't know, I just don't like the idea of pouring like a cleaner and stuff inside of like your crankcase, and I don't know, there's just something about that. Like, I don't want to mix cleaner with my oil and stuff like that. There's something about Seafoam I don't like. Now, they have one you could put into your gas tank, which is, okay, but I don't know. I just don't use Seafoam. I always use that stuff. The only Seafoam product that I've actually thought about using is they have a throttle body cleaner. You hook up like a little, like, hose or whatever, and you gotta, like, give it like 1500 RPM, rev it, and it, it's supposed to suck into your throttle body and clean stuff up. I haven't used that personally, but if I were to use Seafoam, I'd probably use that. I feel like that's probably the best one out of all the products that they sell. For these, I'd stay away from brands like Gumout. Gumout's like cheaper ones. I wouldn't really use too much of that stuff. But, I mean, so far, like I said, guys, I don't think it's caused any damage here. I mean, I can't tell you how many bottles I've probably put in. Right now, I currently got 100 and... we probably can't tell. 129,000 miles, okay? I've had it since '81, And like I said, I probably use it about 2 or 3 times a year in my, my gas tank. Like I said, I use the whole bottle, pour the whole thing in when I have like, I'm really low on fuel, about, less than a quarter to a, usually like I said, around like when the low fuel light's on. And then I just open it up a little bit, blow that shit out. And I mean, that's pretty much what I do. And after all these miles of doing it, I haven't had any issues. In fact, I lied before and I said I never really had a car that ran a little rough and then using it ran fine. If I remember correctly, the blue Oldsmobile, it had a little bit of a rough idle, if I remember. And I ended up using that and it actually kind of cleared it up a little bit. So there's a situation right there where I actually kind of did clean it up a little bit. I'd say the main thing for that is don't overuse it. Don't put it in once a week. Don't put it in all the time. It says like, every fill up at the gas station, put it in. I wouldn't recommend doing that. I feel like that's a horrible idea personally, but. And then if you look at the owner's manual, I mean, some people are gonna say that if it's on the owner's manual, don't do it. But I don't know. I disagree with that. I don't know why I'm even looking at this, quite honestly. I'm gonna see if it says anything about headlamps, maintenance and specs. Nah, I don't think it's even gonna say anything. But a lot of people argue if it's not in the owner's manual, don't do it. Which I agree with. I usually don't do things that aren't in the owner's manual, but when it comes to fuel injector cleaner, I don't know. I really can't see a problem with that. I really can't. But, I mean, like I said, guys, I've been using it for a while. No issues thus far. So far, so good. This person's staring at me like I'm nuts. But, that's pretty much it, guys. Let me know what you guys think. I can't really also see these being an issue with, like, all the stuff that these cars have. Like, oil, obviously it's not going to affect the oil cooler or anything, but, these cars kind of have, like, a higher, more aggressive ECU. They're timed a little bit differently. So I also can't really see this being an issue with just, these cars and be fine with other cars. So, I don't know. If you're thinking about using it, I definitely say go ahead, use it. Like I said, I use the Chevron. So if you're thinking about getting it, make sure you get the Concentrate Plus. Don't get the regular fuel injector cleaner one. Because this one's old. But, I mean, I put it in the Oldsmobile, so whatever. If it blows up, it blows up. But, alright, guys. That's it, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Take care. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe.